You know why. We ain't doing none of that. Dynamite. And I'm like, dang. Good old fake afro. I ain't do nothing. If it blow off my head and blow in the wind, oh well. Whew, Lord. You so wicked, y'all. I ain't gonna do that.
With that being said, watch me remove my mini braids and finger detangle my waist-length hair for length retainment.
Hey girlfriends, and welcome back to Cocaknotz, home of the Long Hair Society. Over here, we believe that long hair is our destiny and big hair is our birthright. And that's a fact, a Fendi fact. And we come for all them inches, period. So, as you can see, I got my afro on, girl. Now, the reason why I'm wearing this afro wig, because I'm sporting some Miss Silly braids underneath. Now, if you haven't watched that video about taking out my sewing, make sure you watch that video. It's gonna show you how to properly cut and remove your sewing without cutting your hair, because the last thing we need on this journey is setbacks. We ain't doing none of that. Now it's time for me to get on to part 2. I got to remove my Miss Silly braids, which is gonna take all night. I must say. But I do like my little wig. I was getting compliments all day, girl. It's like people was feeling this 70s look. I heard people asking me like, oh, is you Thelma? And I was like, yes, I'm Thelma from Good Times. People were like, you're so pretty. And I'm like, dang, who knew an afro wig was just gonna set it off? I got so many compliments today. I might have to pull this afro out more often. Not my real afro, because who gonna deal with the after effects of wearing your real afro when they got these good old fake afro wigs that you can put on? All you need is these 3 things, okay? It don't matter what protective style you're doing or removing. Use these 3 to help remove your protective style. You're going to need a spray bottle. You're going to need your ELIXIR. You add this to your water and child, game changer. It's going to instantly hydrate and add that slip and instantly moisturize your hair. This right here, this Detangler right here, this be getting me through, because I be dealing with some hair. I'm talking about all types of hair. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, CBA, all kinds of grades of hair. And this be getting me through it. All these products are all natural. It can be found at Cocaknotz.com. Girl, I ain't brushed my hair. I ain't walked past no mirror. I ain't sprayed my hair today. I ain't do nothing. I went to sleep. I woke up and this what happened. I have a little pin in there. Girl, I ain't even tack this afro down. I was like, if it blow off my head and blow in the wind, oh well. I would have ran after it though. I definitely would have ran after it and caught my wig. If you try to take these braids out dry with just a comb, you so wicked, y'all. Don't do that, okay? Make sure you're using tons of water to remove your hair. Like, do not remove your hair dry with a comb. Don't do that. You will lose your hair. All that hair that you grew is gonna be gone. Like, don't do that. You have to use water. You have to use oils, preferably natural oils from Cocaknotz.com. These braids are really slim, really small. So, girl, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna do like most of it in my bed watching a movie or on the couch watching a movie. And then I might come back on camera and show you like the last 3. This is it. Okay, so I actually have 2 more braids right here. These are the 2 braids I have left. Let me get my hair out the way, because I had already took out the smaller braids. And then, what the hell is this? Paper. I took out the smaller braids and put them into bigger sections. And now I gotta take out these last braids right here. So I got my towel. I'm gonna soften my water real quick because I don't want no hard water in my hair. Plus I need my hair to get soft, okay?
This right here is the trick. You really need to soften your water and condition your water before you start spraying it on your hair. Because back in the days, before I knew about using something to soften my water, I was using straight hard water on my hair strands, and I was wondering why my hair felt more dry. That was because the water was just too hard on natural hair, so it was just making even worse and making my hair even more tangled. So once I learned the art of softening and conditioning your water using specific herbs or oils that are lightweight enough to travel with water into the cuticle strand and keep it hydrated for a longer period of time, that changed the game for me. As you can see from my face, I'm really concentrating because when I'm working with the very ends of my hair, I'm very careful because length begins at your ends. So you really have to take caution when you're working on the ends of your hair. They're like the grandmas and grandpas of your length. So you gotta like give them a walker. You gotta take it easy with them. You gotta be very gentle. You cannot be fast and in a hurry when you're working with the ends of your hair. So I make sure I take it out meticulously and don't pop my hair ends just because I'm in a rush. Now, once I get the whole braid taken down, it's time for me to go ahead and finger detangle it. Now, I did spray the braid down with the softened water and I did add the detangler, but I'm going to have to probably add some more water. And don't be afraid to continuously add water. Water is the key. Okay, softened water at that is the key to actually removing your protective style without breaking your hair. Okay, so definitely don't be scared to bring out that water bottle and keep hosing your hair down because that's what's going to really add that slip. Combined with that detangler, like the knots and the buildup is no match for this method at all. Now, y'all don't be talking about how I look in this video because y'all be looking crazy too when y'all down to the last two braids after doing your hair for hours. Okay, so no judgment zone, please. Okay, I'm trying to show you how to retain this length. Don't be focusing on how I look. Okay, just focus on what I'm doing. Yes. So I know you see how long that hair is, baby. That hair is long, boo boo, very long. But I'm going to remove the second braid. And like I said, I used a pointed end of a comb, stick, whatever you need to use to make sure you are starting from the very tip of the very bottom of your hair ends without popping your ends. If there's knots formed at your ends, take your time and get through that knot and try to unravel it because you may think, oh, I'm just going to pop this little end, but that's probably one whole inch that you about to pop. You see what I'm saying? So don't do that. Take your time and really unravel it and just be patient and handle your hair with extreme care. So I am just finger detangling, and what I'm doing is removing the webbing because your hair likes to hug. It likes to web together, especially if you keep your protective style in for long. I had this in for almost 2 months. So my hair is well formed in this specific braid pattern. So I need to unravel it and de-web it and unclump the clumps of hair stuck together. So that's what I'm doing ever so gently, pulling at the same time, removing naturally shed hair. And the reason why finger detangling works best is because it doesn't just pop your hair like combs do. A lot of combs, especially small teeth combs, were made for European and Asian textured hairs. It wasn't made for your good old Kunta Kinte African heritage hair at all. So it's just going to pop your hair going through it. So make sure that you are using the finger detangling method before you use a detangling brush, before you use a wide tooth comb. Just take advantage of finger detangling because it really does help you retain length and stop you from breaking unnecessary hair strands, because we don't need none of that. You need all the volume you can get. If you're using a comb to detangle your hair straight off the back, you're literally plucking your hair, you're removing the volume, and then a year later you're going to wonder why your hair looks thin and limp. And that's because you done combed out all your volume. You done combed out all your fullness. And you wondering why your hair is still at the same length for 3 years straight is because you were using a comb and it was acting as like a scissor and literally clipping the ends of your hair. So take my advice, finger detangle. If you cannot finger detangle only and you need a comb, Finger detangle as much as you can with softened water and with a great detangler, preferably natural product. Do it for as long as you can before you pull out a wide tooth comb or a great detangling brush made for naturally kinky coily hair. And that's going to help you with length retainment, period. So this is what I basically did for all the mini braids all over my head, and then I put them into bigger sections. So stay tuned for my next video on how I treat my hair with a hot oil treatment, and then stay tuned so you can see my wash day routine, so you can get all my methods, techniques, tips to longer, stronger, thicker hair. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you are subscribed, hit that notification bell, and definitely hit me up in the comments if you take advantage of finger detangling and how it has improved your hair and its length retainment.